Hello guys and welcome to the showcase of our 4-player Amazons. I'm going to tell you about the 4-player Amazons as I'm playing this game. So we have this main screen to start off and it's not much graphically. But since it's still on alpha, we decided it's okay to show it off. Later on, the application will be remade with Unity. There's 3 difficulties level currently, and the difference between the difficulties are huge. We're going to challenge the intermediate AI to show off how well our AI can play. 4-player Amazons are based on the 2-player Amazons game that can be found in the internet or the Play Store. We decided that it would be interesting to add 2 more players into the fray and see how it unfolds. And since 2 player is added to the original board of 10x10, we had to modify the board into 14x14 so there will actually be more space to play on. Also, since it is a 4 players Amazon, the team will actually have to cooperate if they want to win between their teammates. Since our AI is rather ruthless, it will be difficult to win unless you had good cooperation with your teammate. And sadly, I'm going to play the game alone, meaning I will move both the blue and green Amazons. Well, let's just see how well I will fare against our own creation.
4-player Amazon is a strategy-based board game that is played by 4 different players, in which players belong to one of the 2 possible teams. Each player has 4 playable pieces that can be moved at their turn. Each piece can move in the same way as a chess queen's move. After moving an Amazon, player is obliged to place an obstacle. Again, the placement must follow the rule of chess queen movement. The goal of the game is simple, that is to enclose the opposing team's Amazon. The first team will have completely enclosed the opposing team's Amazons will be considered the victor. According to our analysis, 4-player Amazon is a fairly complex game with stats-based complexity achieving the order of 85. For that reason, a full minimax tree is impossible to be generated because of the limited amount of memory and computational resources. Hence, the tree has to be cut at a certain depth, and an evolution function is needed to approximate the fairness of the leaf node state. The key success of our agent lies within the evolution function, where most of our evolution function is based on the queen and king's move distance. Queen and king's move distance is the minimum number of queen or king's move needed to reach a certain cell of the board. If a cell is unreachable, an infinite value will be given for the distance. To calculate the distance, we use a multi-expansion breadth first search. The idea is to first determine the cells which are directly reachable from the initial position, then gradually increase the search radius by considering which cell can be reached by making an additional move from the already evaluated cells. The process is repeated until all reachable cells are evaluated, resulting the distance of queen and king move for all cells. The queen and king move distance of both teams will be compared. A positive value is given for each cell in which a team has lower distance to that cell, which indicates an advantage for that team, while negative value is given if a team has further distance. We only need to calculate the value for AI side, since the goal is to assist the process of AI decision making. To enhance the precision, we also give a small positive value for cells with same distance cost if the current taker is the AI. Otherwise, small negative value is given. The difference of the distance cost between both teams actually represents how big the advantage or disadvantage is. But there was a slight problem on how our calculation assigned value to the difference of distance. It is fixed by using a refinement factor by giving a higher positive value for bigger advantage and a smaller negative value otherwise. Another important factor to consider is the game phase, since a game phase will determine which strategic action is necessary to be taken. We approach this problem by using a function whose value is decreasing as the game progresses. We calculate a value that counts the weight of cells that is still reachable by both teams. As the game progresses and more cells become exclusive to a certain team, the value will decrease. By using this approach, we can approximate at which space we are currently in. The game phase will determine the weighting factor. A weighting factor is a value that represents the importance of a certain parameter. The study of literature on 2-player Amazon informs us that the king move and king refinement factor is more important at the opening and become less and less important as the game progresses. On the other hand, The queen parameters have the opposite behavior. Therefore, a function that represents the importance of queen parameter is designed according to this observation. Hence, we choose a monotonically decreasing function of queen parameter in respect of the game phase value. The sum of all parameter values that have been scaled by the weighting factor will become the state value used by the minimax tree. We observe that these parameters are enough to make a rational decision.
So I managed to create several space for myself, but the AI are actually trying to push it through. I've got like here, I got two good spaces that I could actually play. It will turn into my advantage later on, and I'm going to play a little bit more and compete around the middle areas. Let's see how it will go. So I actually triumph over our own creation. That's actually pleasant. This is actually the first time I win over them. And as you can see, we actually won over 10 to 12 spaces. That's actually very good for a start. But you should try to play with our AI and see how well you will fare against it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.